Poker is a game of skill, strategy, and nerves of steel. But sometimes, even the best players need a lot of luck on their side. From sick river cards to impossible comebacks, these are the moments that make you believe in poker magic. Get ready to witness the luckiest poker moments you've ever seen, where fortunes change in the blink of an eye and the impossible becomes reality. It must be nice. Our first incredible lucky moment takes us from the European Poker Tour, where Dominic Panka finds himself all in pre-flop with an absolute monster hand, Ace-King suited. The pot grows into the millions, but Panka's opponent is sitting on the best starting hand in poker, pocket aces. Everyone knows it's now or never for Panka to get incredibly lucky.
All in.
Panka shoves.
Call.
And Nielsen calls. Here comes the flop. 2 hearts on board. And that's one of them!
Me.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
Nielsen's not drawing dead. With an ace or 6 on the river, he'll make a full house. No.
Must be nice.
That hand was the worst thing to happen to a Nielsen since Dracula.
We dive into one of the most fortunate moments in poker history. In this critical hand, Dominic Panka faces overwhelming odds. But in poker, the tides can turn in an instant. This isn't the only lucky hand involving Panka today. He'll be back soon. Will fortune favor him again, or will his luck run out? Stick around for more drama, tension, and yes, extraordinary moments of luck just ahead. The best card possible. Sometimes a single card changes everything, so precise and impactful that it feels scripted for maximum drama. In this clip, we witness one of those moments. A card so devastatingly perfect it flips the entire hand, leaves the table in stunned silence, and creates a poker memory that will be talked about for years.
I mean, when they get another shot on that, I mean, that's probably like a, you know, it's, not even gonna guess because I'll probably embarrass myself. You know, that might be over 1,000. Who the hell knows these days?
Must raised, defended.
Look at this.
Yeah,
look at the
cool.
arms. That is beautiful. The front looks kind of like Versace-esque, but the arm.
The action starts out fairly standard. Roberto is holding a small pair of jacks with an unimpressive kicker, while his opponent, armed with ace-high and straight draw, takes control with a confident bet. At first glance, it looks like just another hand with no fireworks in sight.
Yeah,
Such a grinder is grinding in the booth. This is it. So he's keeping one eye on his tables, one eye on our table.
It's you know, it's a blessing and a curse. Playing on an iPhone 5, if anyone wants to know, on the old software, so on the old iOS, so it's very slow.
What are we in, a satellite?
2 satellite.
The turn adds some spice. Roberto's jacks improve as he adds a flush draw, pushing his win probability to a commanding 89%. Despite the advantage, Roberto opts to keep things conservative, checking yet again to maintain a manageable pot size.
Roberto picks up a flush draw.
Must have bet the flop. Small. I'm assuming, right?
It looks right. We got 10 bigs in the pot, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I would keep going with this hand, to be honest. This is a good barreling hand.
Right, and we've seen Roberto as the kind of guy who maybe might overfold some situations as well, right? So it's even keener spot to be bluffing.
Ace-King seems too strong to have as a bluff, and Ace-10 is a bit below that.
Roberto's opponent doesn't back down, firing off a bet to put the pressure on. This would have been the perfect moment for Roberto to counter with a check raise, forcing a tough decision and squeezing maximum value out of his advantage. But by choosing not to act, Roberto risks giving his opponent a free shot at a game-changing card.
And
Once more.
In a very nice calling spot. When you call the flop, you're pretty unhappy. Like, because you know future streets is going to be so difficult. You really want this flush draw just for backup. You feel a lot better.
So 110,000 was called by Roberto. And the King of Hearts on the river. Could we choose a better card? Broadway for Muster, flush for Roberto.
Then it happens. The river delivers the most improbable and impactful card in the deck. It's the kind of moment that poker fans live for, where luck takes control and everyone is in awe.
Check raise incoming.
I reckon Muster will find the fold.
Right. Obviously, it's quite plausible Roberto can have a flush here.
Find a check.
Queen or Jack of Hearts. Queen or Jack X of
Check.
Hearts.
You have the flush.
I don't think the check's too likely.
No, he's going to bet 240k.
290?
290, going even bigger.
90.
Despite his incredible fortune, Roberto hesitates yet again, opting to check when a more aggressive play could have sealed the deal. It's a strategy that raises eyebrows as the hand unfolds, leaving many to wonder if he'll truly capitalize on the gift he's just received.
Roberto, look, reach of a chip's less than all in. This may well get called.
Yeah, I don't think you can shove here. Because if you put yourself in your opponent's shoes, like, how many hands can they call with?
Finally, Roberto shifts gears and fires off a significant raise. Better late than never, but it's hard not to think of the value left on the table. In poker, when the stars align, it's crucial to make the most of your moment.
Worse than a flush? Nothing. So, but I think he'll find the fold just because it seems like a pretty wild bluff to be making. He's made the call. No, whoa, that was a buck there. I gotta go in like 3
He
or
does
4
make the
minutes.
call.
Yeah, he's kind of got the best hand he can call with, I think.
Roberto, then
Roberto's
another big
got
pot for
enough
him.
of a rep to have some bluffs still. Some guys you might kind of find an easy fold against.
Right,
This
if
turn.
Roberto just had the Queen or
Without the miraculous King of Hearts on the river, this hand would have been nothing more than another small pot. Instead, it becomes a display of poker's unpredictable beauty. It's a reminder that sometimes all it takes is one perfect card to create a legendary moment and etch it under poker history. Enjoying the lucky poker moments? Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell to never miss a sick suck out. Panka yet again. Dominic Panka returns to center stage in our next clip, proving once more why he's one of the most thrilling players to watch. With his knack for big moments, Panka finds himself in yet another high-stakes battle in the European Poker Tour. The stakes are high and both players hold strong. As always, it's up to the poker gods to decide who walks away victorious.
Dominic Panka, who did the dirty on Nielsen, has ace queen of diamonds.
All in.
He shoves
Makes sense.
and gets called.
Once again, this is just kind of coolery. Can Dominic deliver another brutal suck out?
Karlik is officially the player at risk. Well, that's a fine and dandy flop for his ace king. He's set for a double up here. Dominic Panka only has 2 outs. Karlik just has to fade a queen on the river. Oh, it's a queen!
It's Panka who emerges victorious once again, sending his opponent to the rail in 18th place. While 47,400 euros is no small consolation prize, it's a harsh reminder of how cruel the game can be when luck isn't on your side. As the tournament continues, the question lingers: how far can Panka's run of luck and skill take him? Unfortunately for him, the poker gods are fickle. Panka did not win the 2014 European Poker Tour Barcelona main event. He finished in 11th place, earning 77,600 euros. But he sure did provide some great lucky moments. Poker brat or poker baby? In this next unforgettable clip, Phil Hellmuth, famously dubbed the Poker Brat for his fiery personality, steps into the spotlight. With an unmatched 17 World Series of Poker bracelets to his name, Hellmuth faces off against David Doc Sands, a powerhouse in the poker world with razor-sharp instincts and staggering career earnings. The two juggernauts collide in an all-in pre-flop showdown, setting the stage for one of poker's most memorable confrontations. What follows is a run-out so unbelievable, it feels straight out of a poker fantasy.
Is ready to call.
The outer monologue at work once again.
You know, and for Sands, he makes every bet like he's on lithium water.
It's all deliberate.
Pocket queens for Hellmuth.
You get the feeling all the chips could end up in the center here.
22.
You raised to 22.
Hellmuth raises to 22,000.
Call.
All in and a call.
Phil calls all in.
Two queens
Pocket
to Phil
queens against pocket nines.
Of your hand.
2 9s. Doc Sands.
Hellmuth a 4-1 favorite heading to the flop.
All that work, they let you cooler me. They might reward me.
9, right?
It's pocket nines versus pocket queens, a classic cooler in poker. After the flop, however, Sands has the clear advantage with a set. Anyone familiar with Phil Hellmuth knows that's when he's all in. Chaos is never far behind.
Oh, but he's really not that confident now. A set of nines for David Sands.
Here's the turn.
What do they call that? Visualization?
Turns a tray of diamonds. Hellmuth needs to catch a queen on the river. He's going home.
Yep. Throw your coat on, Phil.
This is how I get my money in like every tournament I play in. It's crazy. I mean, it's just over and over.
Hellmuth's frustration begins to boil over as the hand progresses. His muttered complaints and dramatic gestures signal another iconic meltdown in the making. Fans know the routine, but they're glued to the screen, waiting to see how it unfolds.
Over and over.
Phil needs a queen. Here's the river. It's
Hey, queen!
Moaning is rewarded in this case.
Phil Hellmuth hits a 2-outer to stay alive in his round of 16 matchup against David Sands.
The river flips the script once more. Hellmuth catches the miracle card he needs, securing an unlikely victory. Now that's lucky for Phil, but he doesn't need luck, right? He famously once said if it wasn't for luck, he would win them all. Truth be told, even seasoned pros like Hellmuth and Sands are at the mercy of the deck, and the stakes are always high. Is Phil a poker brat or a poker baby? Let us know your thoughts on Phil in the comments below. The Poker Gods Playground. In our next clip, we find ourselves at the final 3 players of the EPT final table, a setting where every decision is magnified and the stakes could not be higher. This hand is an emotional roller coaster that showcases the unpredictable beauty of poker. 2 players go all in pre-flop, but the real fireworks don't begin until the cards hit the board. With twists and turns on every street, it's a moment where even the players are unsure of what's unfolding.
Ace-10 against ace-deuce.
Once again, he joins his rail.
There is a 68% chance that we lose Victor Katzenberger here and go heads up in the EPT Monte Carlo main event.
The hands play themselves. Look at them, they're hanging together. You guys could have done that at the table.
Let's run it. And what a flop!
Oh, man.
Wow, and the sweats.
Deuce 7 with 2 clubs. Trips for Katzenberger.
Sick.
The flop comes down, and in a surreal twist, both players erupt into cheers. It's not every day you see both sides celebrating simultaneously, a testament to how chaotic this hand is shaping up to be. But hold on tight, the ride is just getting started.
The flush draw for Huang. 7 on the turn gives Katzenberger a full house. There is a 5% chance of a chop. 7 on the river, yes!
Oh my God!
It is always coming 7. It gives us a chop pot. And you know what they say? Everyone loves a chop pot.
At At the EPT final table, luck can redefine the outcome of any hand, and this moment is no exception. When the dust settles, both players find themselves splitting the pot. For a casual viewer, a chop might not seem extraordinary, but for those at the table, it's nothing short of a miracle. Going from zero chance to win the pot to getting your chips back is poker luck at its finest. Full houses. In this electrifying hand, two poker legends lock horns in a clash that showcases the highs and lows of high-stakes poker. Sammy Farha, the unflappable cigar-chomping master of psychological warfare, goes head-to-head with David Williams, a calculated strategist known for his adaptability and precision. Now, both players bring their A-game, but even years of experience can't prepare them for the unforgettable hand about to unfold.
And then chips. David with queen 6. Limps in on the button. Sammy with queen 10 suited. He raises to 7,000.
I got the button. Take the button.
David calls.
Again, we're seeing those raises a little bit bigger than most of the other players in this field out of Sammy. That time, 3.5 times the big blind.
Queens full for Williams, and he's gonna get action because Sammy flopped trip queens.
Uh-oh.
Sammy bets 4,000 and Williams calls. 4 clubs on the turn.
Sammy picks up an irrelevant flush draw, and both of these guys are checking it.
Check, check, and the 3 outer on the river. Sammy makes queens full of 10s.
Wowzers.
He bets 15,000.
This is unbelievable. David flopped the whole wide world, and Sammy caught up on the end.
Williams raises to 35,000.
With a stroke of incredible luck, Sammy lands an unbeatable full house and seizes control of the hand. On the other side of the table, David Williams confidently holds a slightly weaker full house, a monster hand that would dominate in nearly any scenario. It's a classic cooler where neither player has any idea how good the other player's cards are.
This could get nuclear. This is all pageantry by Sammy Farha.
Always.
The nuts versus the second nuts.
Sammy raises.
I guess I'm all in.
David goes all in. Sammy calls and shows him the unbeatable hand. David's eliminated.
Wow. Wow.
That is brutal.
Sammy Farha completes the only full house capable of eclipsing David's unseemingly unshakable hand. It's the ultimate cooler. Leaving Williams, this hand is a vivid reminder of the role of luck in poker. Even the strongest hands can crumble in an instant. Moments like this define the drama and excitement that make poker the ultimate game of skill and chance. A vulnerable person. In this final clip, we see how poker isn't always about the cards. It's often about the sheer luck of the moment. Alan Keating finds himself in an ideal position against Eric Persson, whose mounting frustration and reckless play turn into a golden opportunity. Before the flop is even dealt, Eric is on tilt, armed with a $220,000 stack and an emotional edge that's working against him. All Alan needs to do is stay patient and let Eric's unraveling take its toll.
Call 18-2. Heads up.
Eric to 18,200 Keating calls here. Pocket fives, and there's a set for Keating, but Eric doesn't have anything here. And what's going on here? What is that?
Should I blind call that?
Is that bet? Oh, a blind bet here by Eric on the turn of 50,000, so bet call. And now Eric, 50,000, you can see the steam coming out of his head. The pot is 180.
Eric's meltdown is in full swing as he starts throwing chips like they're meaningless tokens. In a tilt-induced haze, he blind bets $50,000 with ace high, a move born out of frustration rather than strategy. Meanwhile, Alan remains calm and collected, carefully exploiting Eric's state of mind without making a single misstep.
Here, and here we go to the river. The river's a 7. Is he gonna give up or just go crazy? Keating has a full house. Clubs have busted out. Luckily for Eric, he didn't hit an ace or a queen. Holy smokes.
Wesley, you have a hand.
Towards the end of the night, my goodness, 150,000 left. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh my goodness, that's gotta be the hand of the night. I can't. Wow. Alan Keating.
The hand reaches its climax when Eric's desperate bluff with ace high collapses spectacularly. Alan scoops the pot with quiet confidence, leaving Eric to confront the reality of his impulsive choices. In an almost comedic twist, Eric takes a walk to gather his thoughts, providing an entertaining side note to an already dramatic hand.
Gets it all back. And there he goes. Whoa.
How you doing?
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? Oh my god, he was blind betting into you.
Who? He? Who blind bet? Hey, blind bet?
Big sigh of relief.
This hand is a masterclass in how emotions can dictate outcomes. Known for his sharp instincts, Eric Persson appears completely out of sync, even voicing disbelief with a defeated full house. The hand serves as a stark reminder that poker isn't just about skill, controlling your emotions is just as critical. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for the biggest poker fights, sickest suckouts, and most legendary wins. Thanks for watching.